Hello, my friends. We are so back. It's not even funny. We are in Colombia at the moment at the Airbnb. Let me show you guys how sick this place is. Alrighty, now that I've given you guys a little bit of a tour, what I'm going to be showing you guys today is I'm going to be breaking down my exact sales process from A to Z and showing you guys how I use identity-based selling to overcome this fear and get a 5K PIF. Now, before we jump into that, who the heck am I and what the heck do I do? So, my name is Emma, and I work with female high-ticket closers who are struggling to break past 10K a month, how to hit that consistently without having to force their way through calls or fake confidence. Now, the reason why I know that I can help you is because I've done this myself and I've helped many women achieve the same result. So if you're new here, I've been in high ticket sales for well over a year now. I've sold on B2B offers, I've sold B2C offers, I've done webinars, tripwires, upsells, I've sold to cold traffic, I've sold to warm traffic, I've sold ROI, I've sold fitness, anything you can name it, and I've pretty much sold it at this point, including for some of your favorite influencers and biggest names in the space, including Bill Walsh and for an Alex Hormozy portfolio company. So today, I'm going to be breaking down the same methods that I taught some of my girls, just like Fiora, who it's in her second month in high ticket sales, made $20,000 in month 2. Or like one of my other girls who came to me, Maxine, who was sitting at a 22% close rate, and within 30 days, we increased it to 75%. Now, these are just 2 examples of many girls that I've worked with, and today I'm gonna be showing you literally the step-by-step method that I use and that I taught them as well. So I hope this is helpful. Grab your pen, grab your paper, take some notes, and go make some motherfucking money. Whereabouts in the world are you calling in from?
South Florida, Miramar specifically.
South Florida. Lovely. Well, welcome to the call. I'm Emma. I'm one of the enrollment advisors here, working closely with Juvier and the team. And mainly the whole purpose of today's call is just to get a good understanding of where exactly you're at, what the goals are you're looking to achieve, and my main responsibility, as I'm sure you already know, trading and entrepreneurship isn't for everyone, and it's really making sure that we're bringing the right people into the program. So if I do feel like it's a good fit, then I'll extend that invitation. Does that sound good?
Yes, ma'am.
Fantastic. Before the call, we would have sent you a couple of videos. Have you had a chance to go through those?
The 2 walkthrough videos?
Yeah, there would have been 2 videos. Have you had a chance to go through those?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fantastic. What stood out to you that made you want to reach out and look at Inner Circle and working with Juvier in the first place?
Well, it's I've been watching Juvier's uh trading videos for a really long time now, but it was really just the interest. I just liked learning about trading.
Yeah.
But now it's more of a it's kind of like a I actually have a drive for trading now because there was no reason for me to actually engage because I have a job, you know, and income for me to, live, but I would like more. Specifically,
Yeah.
I would like to move out and be able to sustain a life for myself. I'm currently 21. I still live with my mom. I actually work for my mom. This is her office,
Yeah.
and I don't know. My birthday's coming up. I'm about to be 21. I want some change, and I really believe that trading is one of the keys. And yeah, I mean, I watched the video. Also, the Discord seems like a very motivational space. It seems funny. I saw the part where the workout, the dad jokes. I watched, and it seems even if I wasn't a die-hard trader, that still seems like a community I'd like to be a part of.
Because,
Mm,
yeah, I mean, like, it may sound kind of like an obvious question, but I mean, like, why trading?
why trading? Because I feel like I could be good at it. I know it's kind of a simple answer, but I mean, personally, I'm not that great at a lot of academic things, but
Hmm.
I, if you give me something and I really put my energy into it, there's always going to be results. And
Yeah.
that's the one thing I'm proud of myself about. And it's it just seems like a skill I should have. Like, there's why not learn how to trade? Is you know, I mean, there's always
Mm,
going to be a stock market, right? As long as there's big corporations. So
yeah.
why not learn how to take advantage of that?
So what's the for you, so for you to be able to like move out, where do you want this to be in the next 3 to 6 months? How much do you want to be making from trading on a monthly basis?
On a monthly basis? Well, okay, I've already looked at the houses that I want to move into. The monthly bills would be around 3,000 or upwards to 4,000, depending on the rate I get. It's kind of a low ball, but I would like to at least make 12,000 a month. And if I could go
Mm,
up, which I believe I could go up, I'd like to see how much I can do actually.
mm, okay. Because if we aim for the least, what are we going to get?
Well, if you aim for the least, you're gonna get the least.
Do you want to get the least?
No,
So what's the big goal? What's the number that actually excites you?
the number that actually excites me. Okay, it's a big number. Funny and it's 100,000, and that number actually comes from my mom.
How did
Cause
that
at
where's that little bit of resistance to say that? Where does that come
um
from?
the resistance comes from, I
I
guess,
feel like you're holding it in there for a second.
yeah, because when you there's not a lot of people that when you at least my age when you hear 100,000 a month they look at you crazy. So it's I guess
Well, it
that's
depends
most
on the
likely where
people that you're speaking to,
that's also very true.
right? So for you, well, you're working for your mom right now. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. What is it that you currently do there?
Um. Well, she's an insurance broker. I help her manage the Medicare part of the business.
Okay.
She deals with a lot. Medicare is actually a pretty small part of the business. She deals with. She's actually not only an insurance agent. She's also a real estate agent. She's, to be honest,
So
I
you,
might not even know
so
how
you're
much.
so you're in the Medicare. You're in like more the Medicare section. How long have you been doing that for?
About a year now. I got my
About a year?
insurance license, I believe, last year, late last year,
Yeah.
around, yeah. So it's been about a year now.
Okay. And how much are you currently making from that?
Around 5 to 6 thousand a month
Around 5 to 6. Is that before taxes or after taxes?
after.
After taxes. Okay. Got you. And what was that point that you realized that there was more out there? Because I know you mentioned you've been following GBR for a while, but what was that point that
Yeah.
you realized there was more out there and you actually wanted to get started with this?
Hmm. When did I realize there was more? My mom is a big motivator in my life. It's basically right now she's moving to a different stage in her life. And I mean, she was kind of a complacent for a while, and I naturally became complacent with her. But it's like the fire that she has right now is one of the main reasons that I'm going. But also, it's not one of. It's also I want to stop being a weight on her ankle because not only do I work for her and she pays me, but I also live with her. And I mean, it's always been a thought in my mind, like, when am I gonna move out? When am I going to be able to live on my own, sustain a life for myself? And right now is, oh, I should probably mention this, but I'm going to be quiet because she's still here. Insurance isn't, it's not my favorite thing to do. And I do it mostly because of my mom. I have no problem doing it, but if I could find something to, replace insurance, I would still help her, but I'd rather
Hmm.
have that as my main source of income.
How long have you felt like a weight to your mom?
Um, forever. For forever, but I think it's only started really weighing on my brain now because she's actually paying me. She's paying me to work for her, and that just
But
feels
what's wrong
so
with that? I
kind of.
mean, I mean, you're doing a job for her, right? Like it's an exchange of services. It's not like she's paying you to just sit at home. What's wrong with
That
that?
I don't know. It just feels weird taking money from my mom. I mean, I know I'm providing a service for her.
How
I'm
does
not
that
the
make you
only one.
feel?
It definitely makes me feel insecure in some kind of ways, if I'm being honest. It's also, I mean, this is kind of a side note, but I would like to be able to provide for a family. Like I've realized at this young age, I don't really like talking to a lot of people. I want to settle down. I want to be able to get my wife and kids early so I can still be young with my kids when they're, because my dad is young. My dad's only like 45. Me and him
Yeah.
are friends. I want that same relationship with my kids. He had me younger than I am right now.
Mm. So I just want to unpack a couple of things here before we go any further. So a moment ago, you mentioned there was this point where you realized there was more out there. What made you
Yeah.
realize that? What made you realize that you were capable of more?
Um, well, I guess the fact that I was able to get my insurance license in a week, that, but that was a while ago. But I guess also the other thing that made me realize that there's more out there is I go to these insurance conferences with my mom, and well, she's a part of this company named Equus, and Equus is also a partner in another company named Integrity. And just when you go to their webinars and their seminars and you see the big numbers on the board of what some of these people are making, it lets you know one person can do a lot if they have the set skills, and that shined a light. There was a man, I forgot his name. I didn't really like the interaction with him, but I could understand what he was saying, and the reason I didn't like the interaction is because he was completely right. If I'm being honest,
Mm,
he asked me what, because he said if you want to make money, you need a goal. So he asked me what I like doing, and I didn't really have any big goals. Like I had recently gone jet skiing. I was like, I like jet skiing. I like animals. I like science. I would like to travel. He was like, you're thinking too small, man. You're thinking too small. What about yachts? What about private jets? What about, and when he basically told me my mind was a little too closed, and I took that in the wrong way back then. But he's honestly right, to be honest. Thinking too small is what keeps you in a small box.
mm,
And I believe trading will let me see how far I can expand my box, if that makes any sense.
yeah. And you being able to trade, being able to, stop working for your mom and stop, essentially taking money from her. Like, I know you mentioned that that makes you feel a little bit insecure. Like, in what ways does that make you feel insecure?
Um, well, what ways does that make me feel insecure? Besides the fact that I'm a weight to her, I don't I don't really help out
Because I mean, you're
with
young. You're
anything.
21. You're
I
young. You're
am young.
21. So, most
Everyone
kids at 21, it's like they don't think this way. So for you,
no,
like, why, like, what makes you feel like that, like insecure by doing this?
because okay, let me be honest. I When I finished school, which I barely finished school, I was basically unemployed until my mom told me to go get my insurance license. Because I mean, it's sad to say, but unless I really have the drive, or it's not if I have, unless I want it, it's very hard for me to do something that I don't want to do. If
Mm,
that makes sense,
yeah, yeah.
right? So with the insurance license, my mom asked me to get it, and as long as she's telling me to do something, I want to do it. So I did it in a week. And I know plenty of people that, I mean, I wouldn't say it's hard, but a lot of people consider it a hard test. My stepmother, she took the test 3 times and failed. My best friend that I tried to get him to do the course. He took it. He also failed, and he studied way longer than me. I'm sorry. What was the original point again? I went off on a tangent.
Yeah, no, what I was saying is with this insecurity, like, have you felt this way for the past year?
Oh yeah, definitely more than a year. The insecurity started after school, and I wasn't doing anything besides sitting in my room and just thinking about what I could do. But thinking about what you could do isn't action. It's just daydreaming. It's almost like hallucinating. It's yeah.
Oh, up to this point, like, what steps have you taken so far to get this financial freedom so you don't have to take money from your mom and you are able to move out? What does that look like?
Well, I guess I've just been learning, but it's almost like I'm afraid of taking the next step. This right here is a part of me taking the next step. Besides trading, I'm also very interested in drop shipping. Like,
I wanna pause
oh,
that for a sec, because right, trading, drop shipping, at the end of the day, any of this can work, right? You
yes.
mentioned you're afraid to take the next step. Like, where does that come from?
Hmm, the fear, doubt.
Of what?
I just doubt myself sometimes. It's an insecurity thing. I'm not exactly sure where the main root cause is, but it's like there's a voice sometimes in the back of my, well, I should probably mention this. I believe very heavily in God. I believe very heavily in God, and that voice that creeps in that tells you you don't know if you're gonna make it or not. You don't know if this is the right thing for you. I believe that's the enemy, but that is the one stronghold. Well, one of a couple strongholds that the enemy has over me. My doubt of myself. Even though I'm a very capable individual, as long as I put my energy into it, doubt is the main problem for me a lot of the time. Like even this, while I was filling out my information, I had doubt that I was even going to get an interview. I almost didn't finish it. And it's it's kind of sad now I'm thinking about
If
it.
we keep listening to that doubt, though, like, what are the chances? And we keep holding yourself back and we keep second guessing yourself, like, what are the chances that we actually do achieve these goals?
Zero.
There. And if we look back, like, what do you feel like this has cost you, like, up to this point?
It has cost me a lot actually because I've been interested in trading for a while. I've been interested in drop shipping for even longer than that, and it just always comes to doubt. Now that I'm thinking
Well,
about it,
financially, like when you say, it's been a while, like how long has it been? I know you've been watching Juvia for a while. Like how long is a while?
about well, I'd say the drop shipping has been around 2 years, but trading, it's been around a year. I was interested in trading r- right after I got in my insurance license. So basically, as long as I've been employed here, I've been interested in trading.
Okay, so a year that this has held us back from actually taking that massive action and getting the
Yeah.
help that we know we need.
Yes.
So if we even look at that from a financial aspect, in terms of like your goals, like let's just go on the minimum is like 12,000 times a year. That's $144,000.
That that just disappeared. Yeah.
And I know
I
you're
know.
smiling, but that's probably not, that's
No,
probably not
it's
funny, right?
no, it's not funny.
Like hearing how much that's cost you just in a financial aspect, let alone in a non-financial aspect, and the weight that you felt, like how does that genuinely sit in your mind?
It it kind of feels like a stabbing pain, but it feels like I'm the one that's doing the stabbing because technically it's myself that didn't put the action in. So yeah, it feels like a self-inflicted wound.
And that wound, like even saying that, even talking about that now, like what emotions are playing up within yourself?
Embarrassment, mostly.
Because what do you feel would feel better telling me right now? That you tried these things, whether it be whether it be day trading, whether it be drop shipping, even if they hadn't worked, or are you sitting here and telling me that we've still yet to take any step towards our goals?
It feels much worse saying that I've stayed in the same place for a year.
So when do you want to take that action? When do you want to make that change so you actually can get these better outcomes?
Now, today.
Are you sure? Or are you just saying that because it fits the conversation?
No, I'm saying this because that's how I feel, and also it's even if I didn't have the drive, I need to do this, and I want to.
So
It's
what do we need to let go of today?
doubt.
Okay. Do you genuinely feel like a lot of the students that I bring into the program that are the most successful, it's not a case that they have all the time or all the money, right? They're just genuinely at a point where enough is enough. Like, do you genuinely feel that you're at that point?
Yes, I, I, the way that doubt has held me back now for so long, I know that if it still had a hold on me, I wouldn't have even gotten onto this call.
And getting onto this call is amazing. right? And I
but
appreciate you being here.
it's not enough.
But me and you both know it's like going to the gym and looking at the weights. What are the chances that we're going to get that six pack if all we do is look at the weights? If all we do is watch and learn?
It's gonna be a real long time before you get that six pack.
And I mean, for you, like, you're still young, right? Like, why not just wait like everyone else that's 21 and wait 3, 4, 5 years to be successful?
No, no. It's because I know my potential. I could have been done this if I took the steps. If I'm being honest,
Yeah.
it's sad it's taking me this long. Very.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm very confident that we can help you. We can help you reach your goals of financial freedom so you don't have to rely on your mom and you can give back and support her and be able to move out. Do you want me to walk you through what it looks like inside the inner circle and to work alongside Juvier?
Of course.
Fantastic. And before I do that, I'm going to tell you this doubt, this fear that has been holding us back up to this point, it's not just going to go away, right? So when it creeps up today, what do we need to do so we can push through and actually change and get to these better outcomes?
Focus on what's ahead instead of looking at the past, because the past is what the doubt uses the most. But the past isn't what you walk towards. The past is what's behind you.
Yeah, that voice is going to be strong, right? It's going to be there. It's going to be whispering your ear. It's going to be dragging you to say, our brains are designed. They're not designed for us to thrive. Like, they're really not. They're designed for us to survive. Even though we know that there's more, even though we know that we're capable of more, they're designed to keep us where we currently are. So what are you going to do when that voice creeps up?
What am I going to do when that voice creeps up? Not listen. That's the simplest answer I can give. I'm going to close my ears to that voice.
Okay. So
also, I mean, I can really, because the way that I ended up on this call is by using logic against the voice, if that makes sense.
Well, got some new lighting there.
All right. That has never happened, by the way. Just meant to say that. Yes. I'm going to, the most effective way for me to go against that voice is to use logic. I'm going to use logic against the voice because logically, the voice doesn't make sense. It's just complacency that lets you.
Why? Why doesn't the voice make sense?
Because if I've stayed here for so long that I know that there is a higher place, why stay any longer?
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make sense to listen to fear.
It doesn't.
No.
Okay, so that call did not end how you would expect it to end. And there's a few things I did in the objection handling. So if you guys found that helpful and you want to see the rest of the call, then DM me sales on Instagram and I'll send you the full recording.